let's say that you're an offline business and you're going to start offering some sort of event, or you have something coming up and you want people to show up for it. Well, you have the Google My Business event post. So this can be useful for your Google My Business. It can also be useful for like Facebook events, or even like a classified ad you put in the newspaper. I know some papers, even on their websites, they have kind of like a upcoming calendar of events, and you could put your event there. There's lots of different places that you could put these events. So why don't we go with we go with like archery class, and with socializing afterwards. So maybe you're in archery place, and we'll go with 10 outputs, see if we like any of these. Like, learn how to shoot arrows at targets. You will get the opportunity to compete with other people and socialize afterwards. Like, that's really cool. Like, maybe there's some prizes they could win. Maybe you have some hors d'oeuvres people could have. Introductory archery class, learn how to shoot a bow and arrow, provide the equipment, instruction, and safety gear. Come by yourself or bring friends, and we'll have socializing. So, I mean, this is a great thing to do. I could say it's, Wednesdays at 7, that kind of thing I put in there. There's all sorts of different things you could do for this, and this would be a great way to get people showing up. You could put these on like Craigslist. You might be able to put them on other areas of Facebook. Maybe you have a Facebook fan page. You could share it as a post there and do like boost that up. I know I've sat the coffee shop the other day, and there was a group of ladies that obviously they were in some sort of planning committee for some sort of like nonprofit thing, and they were planning some event and what their Facebook post was going to be. They were all brainstorming. It was like 4 or 5 of them sitting around the table, and they also had someone, maybe 1 or 2 people on the phone that they were talking to on like a speaker phone, on speakerphone on their phone, and they were conversing with them and planning how they were going to promote this event. And it sounded to me, from what I could overhear, is they were going to do some sort of Facebook post, and then they were going to do Facebook ads and just boost that post. And a tool like this, the Google My Business event post, would have written the copy for them instead of them all brainstorming, and they all got coffee and they all got food and stuff like that. Someone could have used this tool and come up with the event post listing in seconds, like I did. And then those other people could have moved on to something else. That person, she could have gone through these, looked at them, and been like, these are the 2 or 3 that I like. I'm gonna tell the group, and we'll decide if we like any of them, or mix and match things up a little bit, and then we're good to go, instead of them spending an hour or two brainstorming what the copy was, then going home, writing it up, then putting it on Facebook. She could have used this tool and just looked at a few of these and been like, that's the one, and showed the others, and then they could have moved on to other tasks that were important for planning their events. So this is a great time-saving tool that you could use, especially if you were offering this kind of stuff as services for businesses. I mean, this Google My Business stuff, if you do any sort of offline business consulting stuff, I'm really excited about this stuff, because I think there's a ton of potential with this information, that you could make some really, really easy money servicing businesses, because they don't have time to manage their website. They don't have time to manage their social media. They don't have time to create all the different ad campaigns. And if you could do stuff on either some sort of retainer basis, that would be a lot cheaper than an employee. You're just using a tool like this to do it. Or let's say you charge some businesses like a few $100 a month, maybe $500 a month or something, and you're going to take care of their social media and their Google My Business and all these other things, and they just have to tell you some of the stuff that they want, and then you use a tool like this to do it, and you send it back to them. I mean, let's say it's $500 a month. That's way less than what an employee is going to cost working on this kind of stuff. And let's say you have 10 of them. That's $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year for a really part-time kind of business that I mean, you could even delegate this out to an intern or to a virtual assistant that you could probably pay around the $500 a month, maybe less, $200, $300, $400 a month, and they could be using Conversion AI, and they could be managing all those customers for you. And your job would just be to go find those people, go network at different, like Chamber of Commerce meetings and stuff like that. So I think that could be a really useful way to grow your business and get a lot of residual recurring income, and have a nice business where you could, I mean, really write your own ticket. There's millions of businesses out there, and if you did this at an affordable price point where you could get a bunch of them signed up, I mean, even if it was something where it's like they could get one thing a week for $100 a month or something like that, that's like a no-brainer offer. And you use the tool like this where they give you a little blurb about what it is, you paste it in here and it writes up something nice, you send it back to them, and they're like, oh, thanks, that's great. They don't have to come up with anything better, and you're good and done. I mean, imagine if you had hundreds or even just dozens of people that were paying you. That could be a really nice side business and a really easy thing for you to do. So if you like this, check out Conversion AI and get signed up and use the Google My Business tool and see if it's a service that you could offer in your local area.